We are less than 7 days before my first track day, track weekend with this car. So we're on a time crunch. We got to get this car ready for tech-in. So we're going to start right away on the brakes. Now I need to change all the brake fluid, flush it all out. And I'm going to go a little extra step and take off the front wheels and just re-grease the brake hardware just to make sure that we're going to be good. So I got the two slide pin bolts out. Now this should just pop off. Now they are dual piston, so these are supposed to be the same brakes that came on the Z28 cars, even though this is a V6. So it's pretty cool. Set it out of the way, and now let's just re-grease the hardware in here. Let's take the front pad off here. Come on. There we go. And look at all that life left. So that's why we're not replacing them. They're fine. But we are going to grease them to help them survive. I'm sure after the first event they might need to be replaced, but that's okay. So the back pads, fine just as well. So again, we'll just throw on some lube. So we got the grease on some of the hardware. I'm just going to put some on my pads here. And some on the front where the caliper holds down. So actually it's right here. Let me wipe that off. And there we go, let's just line it up and push it on in. Just like that. Now we put the bolts in, one side down, and I'll do the other side. Now on the inside, we need to secure up some of the loose items, and I've already gone ahead and done that. I used to have the broken console lid that just flapped around and was not connected to anything because it was just so broken. So pulled it out, vacuumed everything up, so we're clean in here now. Now, taking a look at the pedals. Now the pedals, you see there's no grip for the clutch or the brake. I found this in the car. Now this just so happens to be for this car, which is great. Makes sense. Now clutch and brake pedal are the same size, so it's interchangeable, but I'm going to put on the clutch pedal because when my foot's wet it slips because there's no grip, and I'd rather have my grip on the clutch pedal because that's the one that slips more. I can grip better with my right foot than I can with my left foot since I'm right-handed. So I'm going to put it on the left one, but I'm going to see if I can order up one of these and get it in time, and that way I can just have 3 pedals with all new grips. And that slips on super easy, so there we go. We have grip on the clutch pedal now. Now let's see if we can find one for the brake pedal, but we'll get back to this if I find one. Now we're going to flush the brake fluid on the Camaro. So as you see, very, very black. So we'll just flush it until clear fluid starts coming out. And I'm going to put dot 4 in it since we're taking this on the track. So first we're going to suck out some of the fluid from the reservoir. The front half is easier to get to than the back half. So the back half we might have to do a true flush on, unless I can fit my hose back there. But either way, we'll suck it out till it's just about dry, and then we'll replace it with the clean dot 4, and I'll show you flushing through the calipers. Okay, we got the wheel off to make it easier to show you, but got the line hooked up to here. It's in between the 10 and 11. I think it's swollen. It's very well stripped out, so it's on its way out. But we're able to do the job with pliers. So go ahead, press down. You see fluid coming out. Now you can go up, down, and we're just getting rid of all that yucky fluid. Go up, down, up, and look at that fluid in here. So that's what we're trying to get rid of. We're trying to replace with the clear, fresh dot 4. And after finishing, what we have is clean stuff. The only stuff dirty now are my hoses here, but as you see, the fluid pretty clear, pretty good. So we are fully flushed. I did both sides. We're all good. And I've already looked over the fluids, topped off the oil, we're good to go. Now let's torque the wheels down to torque specs 100 foot-pounds. That's the recommended one, so we're just going to go ahead and do that, all 4 sides. Well, we are struggling, but we have just a few days before the event, but we got to knock a couple things out. Now, luckily, we only have about 4, maybe 5 things to do, and they're all relatively pretty small. So first off, we're going to start with mounting a universal mount onto the battery, and now I have a plan, and I've already looked at it. So let's take off the factory mount and go from there. Well, I picked up one of these universal battery mounts on Amazon, like $6-7. So this is gonna work, I think. So it's gonna fit on top like this. It's gonna go under here. And it just so happens to line up with the factory bolt hole. Now I just ordered a piece of all thread here, and it just so happens to line up. And it doesn't stick too high either. Now we can trim it if we need to. So if I put a washer and a nut down there and tighten that with the thread tighten, the battery's still going to have that factory lower mount in it. And we can tighten a nut up here, hold this down, and secure it to this bolt hole right here. Now I bent up a little piece of metal and painted it, and it fits perfectly. It extends it just enough. I can use the factory bolt, put in some washers on the underside to raise it up. And now all I have to do is do either a bolt and a nut, or if I can rivet it in, that would work too. So we'll see what my options are. But for now, let's find a washer nut to throw down there, and then we can start rigging this up. And here it is installed. So I ended up with a bolt, 2 bolts there, and I got my washer and nut down there, and the nut up here. So overall, it's solid. It's not going anywhere. Well, I got the pedal pads on, so we are all good. I removed the floor mat because you don't want anything loose in here. And at this point, we're all good. We're ready to be teched in and whatnot. So I'm going to print out the paperwork, check off all my tech stuff, and then we'll be good to go. Now today is actually the day I'm supposed to drive over there and check in. And as you probably tell my voice, I've had a rough week. Got food poisoning, and then I got the flu. Getting over it, but trying to make this event work still. So, well, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.